Thank you. Bismillahirrahmanirrahim. Assalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh. And a very good morning to all. Yang berbahagia Dato Zulfikri bin Osman, Deputy Director General Entrepreneurship Majlis Amanah Rakyat. Yang berbahagia Dato Dr. Rozia binti Omar, President Chief Executive Officer University Kuala Lumpur. Yang berbahagia Encik Yahya bin Sani, Director of Entrepreneurial Development Majlis Amanah Rakyat. Yang berbahagia Associate Professor Dr. Sheikh Muhammad Hizam bin Haji Sheikh Khairuddin, Dean UniKL Business School. Yang berusaha Encik Muhammad Hazri bin Osman, Deputy Director of Business Financing Majlis Amanah Rakyat. Senior Management Members of University Kuala Lumpur, Management Staff and students of UniKL Business School, ladies and gentlemen. Welcome to the UniKL Business School Lecture Series 2022. On behalf of University Kuala Lumpur, we would like to welcome Yang Berbahagia, Dato Zulfikri bin Osman, Deputy Director General Entrepreneurship Majlis Amanah Rakyat, to the lecture series program, and we would like to thank all distinguished guests for being with us today. I am Nur Sabrina binti Ahmad Suzaimi, and I will be your MC for today. For your information, this lecture series is also in live broadcast through UniKL official Facebook. To start off this auspicious program, I would like to call upon Ustaz Muhammad Fahmi Sirun from UniKL Business School to lead the Doa recitation. Please welcome.
Al-Fatihah. Bismillahirrahmanirrahim. Alhamdulillahillazi bini'mati tatammis salihat. Wassalatu wassalamu ala rasulina al-amin wa ala alihi wa ashabihi ajma'in. Ya Allah, ya Tuhan kami merafakkan setinggi-tinggi kesyukuran di atas keizinan-Mu untuk kami sama-sama berkumpul di dalam majlis UniKL Business School Lecture Series 2022 pada pagi ini. Segala puji kepadamu ya Allah. Kurniakanlah kami lisan yang lembut dan basah dengan sentiasa mengingati dan menyebut nama-Mu. Hati yang penuh segar mensyukuri nikmat-Mu, serta badan yang ringan menyempurnakan ketaatan kepadamu ya Allah. Ya munzilal rahmah wa ya fatihal barakat. Kembangkanlah lembayung dan gelombang rahmat-Mu kepada kami, ibu bapa kami, keluarga dan anak-anak kami, sahabat-sahabat perjuangan kami serta mahasiswa-mahasiswi UniKL ini. Ya Rabbi, ya Qadiyal Hajat, kami mohon kepadamu ya Allah, kurniakanlah kami kekuatan dan didikkanlah hati kami ini untuk menjalankan tanggungjawab dan amanah dengan penuh ikhlas, jujur dan rasional. Jadikanlah kami warga kerja yang cemerlang, komited kepada UniKL dan berkatilah rezeki yang Engkau berikan kepada kami ini ya Allah. Ya Allah, ya Tuhan kami mohon agar Engkau merestui perancangan kami dan perkenankanlah jua hasrat kami untuk menjadikan UniKL yang tercinta ini sebagai universiti terbaik kebanggaan di Malaysia. Allahumma ja'al jam'ana haza jam'an marhuma wa tafarruqana min ba'dihi tafarruqan ma'suma wa la taj'alillahumma fina wa la ma'ana wa la man yatba'una shaqiyan wa la matrudan wa la mahruma. Rabbana atina fid dunya hasanah wa fil akhirati hasanatan wa qina azaban nar. Wa sallallahu ala sayyidina Muhammad wa ala alihi wa sahbihi ajma'in. Walhamdulillahi rabbil alamin. Taqabbalallah.
Amin, Amin, Ya Rabbal Alamin. Thank you, Ustaz Fahmi, for the doa recitation. Yang berbahagia Datuk, distinguished guests, ladies and gentlemen, without further delay, I would like to cordially invite Yang berbahagia Associate Professor Dr. Sheikh Muhammad Hizam bin Haji Sheikh Khairuddin, Dean of UniKL Business School, to deliver his welcoming speech. Please welcome.
Yang berbahagia Dato Zulfikri Osman, Deputy Director General Entrepreneurship, Majlis Amanah Rakyat. Yang berbahagia Dato Dr. Roziah binti Omar, Presiden Chief Executive Officer Universiti Kuala Lumpur. Yang berbahagia Encik Yahya bin Sani, Director of Entrepreneurial Development, Majlis Amanah Rakyat. Yang berusaha Encik Muhammad Hazri bin Osman, Deputy Director of Business Financing, Majlis Amanah Rakyat. Senior management members of University Kuala Lumpur, management, staff and students of UniKL Business School. Ladies and gentlemen, Assalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh and a very good morning. First and foremost, I thank Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala, most gracious and most merciful, for giving us the good health and opportunity for us to gather today here for the UniKL Business School Lecture Series 2022. On behalf of my team, we would like to welcome firstly our speakers today, who are also our adjunct professor. Yang berbahagia Dato Zulfikri bin Osman, the Deputy Director General Entrepreneurship of MARA, and a warm welcome also to our beloved President yang berbahagia, Dato Dr. Roziah binti Omar. Yang berbahagia Dato, ladies and gentlemen, University Kuala Lumpur Business School was established in 2008 to pursue the university's vision to be the premier entrepreneurial technical university in the region. Its core mission is to train and mold managers and leaders who are capable of pursuing entrepreneurial ventures across the industries within a global context. It complements other institutes which provide technical field of study by offering degree programs in management and entrepreneurship, Islamic finance, accounting, marketing, international business, analytical economics, and tourism. Besides the bachelor degree program, we are also offering foundation in business and diploma in management and rural development. Additionally, to cater the needs for the postgraduate studies, we provide quite a range of programs to choose from, such as the Masters of Business Administration, MBA, Master of Business Administration, Entrepreneurship, Masters of Management, and several PhD programs. We are also in the process of developing the Doctoral of Business Administration, DBA, to provide opportunity for industry leaders to pursue higher degree, especially those in the Klang Valley. Alhamdulillah, our school has steadily risen in the world rankings since its inception. Currently, UniKL Business School is placed at 5th in the QS World Ranking for the Islamic Finance Program and ranked 601 to 800 for Business and Economics in Times Higher Education 2023. And this has been accomplished through various efforts and initiatives by members of the school with support from UniKL management. Nonetheless, what we have accomplished thus far has served as motivation and direction for us to continue growing and doubling down on our efforts to make our school as the preferred business school in Asia. Although we know it will be a difficult journey with stormy skies, we believe we will make it there one day, inshallah. At present, our programs, among others, serve as hallmark of our education, which allows our students to continue to adapt, grow, succeed as they immediately apply what they have learned in the classroom to the real world. To achieve this goal, we work with numerous strategic industries and institutions, both locally and internationally, particularly in business, banking, hospitality, and logistics, to name a few. In various types of collaboration modes, such as research project, research field trip, work placement, industry visit, conference, hosting CSR, talks, and we have now begun to closely engage with industry players and local authorities through appointment of visiting lecturer, visiting professor, and adjunct professor. As what we are here for today, we are honored to have a session with our reputable adjunct professor, Yang Berbahagia Dato Zulfikri bin Osman, who will be delivering a presentation on entrepreneurship, opportunities from his own perspective as the Deputy Director General Entrepreneurship of MARA. Yang Berbahagia Dato, senior management members and students, through this platform, I hope the audience today, especially our students, will bring home a lot of information that would be useful in their future endeavor, especially if you are ambitious to venture into becoming an entrepreneur. Once again, I would like to express my highest gratitude to Yang Berbahagia Dato Zulfikri bin Osman, Deputy Director General Entrepreneurship of MARA, for being with us today. I would also like to thank the organizing committee, all right, and all parties involved with the lecture series program. Thank you very much for your tireless and effort and commitment in ensuring the success of the program from the start till the end. I am extremely proud with all of you. Thank you. Wabillahi taufiq wal hidayah. Wassalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh.
Thank you, Yang Berbahagia, Associate Professor Dr. Sheikh Muhammad Hizam, for the welcoming speech. Distinguished guests, ladies and gentlemen, we have now come to the highlight of the program, which is the lecture series by Yang Berbahagia Dato Zulfikri bin Osman, Deputy Director General Entrepreneurship Majlis Amanah Rakyat, entitled MARA, Outlining the Entrepreneurship Development. Before that, I would like to welcome the moderator, Yang Berusaha Dr. Sharina binti Osman, Head of Section Tourism and Senior Lecturer Management of UniKL Business School, to accompany the Honourable Speaker Dato to the stage. Over to you, Dr. Sharina.
Alhamdulillah, fine. Well, fine, thank you.
Okay, thank you for being with us. Yang berbahagia Dato Zulfikri Osman currently is the Deputy Director General for Entrepreneurship of Majlis Amanah Rakyat Mara and the Interim Executive Director of Pelaburan Mara Group. Okay, and Dato Zulfikri holds a degree in Business Administration from University Technology Mara, a Master of Science in Management from University Utara Malaysia, and the alma mater of INSEAD Executive Education. He has over 30 years of experience in various positions in entrepreneurship, education, and investment in the public and private sector. Dato Zulfikri spent his early career with the New Street Times and Auto Bavaria, after which he ventured into various roles focusing on entrepreneurship development with Mara. He has been instrumental in engaging industry players and government agencies to respond to market needs in the region. His involvement in high-impact related business exploration since 2014 has shifted Mara to the new entrepreneurial segment recognized by the nation. In 2015, he was appointed as a member of the Malaysia Aerospace Council, a national steering body dedicated to development in the aerospace industry in Malaysia. He is also a board member of a various number of JLC companies. Right, recently, Yang Berbahagia Dato has been appointed adjunct professor at University Kuala Lumpur Business School, and we are proud of it. And his appointment would definitely enhance the existing synergistic collaboration between the government agencies, especially MARA and UniKL, and also to broaden students' interest in entrepreneurship. And that is why we are here, Dato. So that nampaknya Dato ramai tu student kami. Okay, so ladies and gentlemen, without further delay, I welcome Yang Berbahagia Dato Zulfikri Osman to deliver his presentation entitled MARA, Outlining the Entrepreneurship Development. The stage is yours, Dato.
Okay. Bismillahirrahmanirrahim. Bismillahirrahmanirrahim. Assalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh. Very good morning. Thank you, Dr. Sharina, for a long introduction of myself. Yang bahagia Dato' Dr. Professor Roziah Omar, the President and CEO of University Kuala Lumpur. Yang bahagia Associate Professor Dr. Sheikh Muhammad Hizam, the Dean of UniKL Business School. My colleague from Mara, Encik Yahya Sani, aka Pak Ya, the Director of Entrepreneur Development Division, and Encik Muhammad Hazri Osman, Deputy Director of Business Financing, my colleague, professors and doctors, and also senior lecturers and lecturers in the UniKL Business School, University of Kuala Lumpur, and also fellow students. How are you? All right. Let's not be too formal. I like something more casual because we're in entrepreneurship. Then let's have a more casual introduction. So first of all, I feel very grateful being invited to University of Kuala Lumpur to have a session, a sharing session in what do you call this? UniKL Business School lecture series. Thank you. That day, I think 2 or 3 weeks ago, when Dr. Zulfikri was my colleague. He used to work in Mara before. Dr. Zulfikri and Dr. Hajar Usmawati came to see me in my office, and then they invited me to come and share my experience. The experience of Mara with the community of University Kuala Lumpur Business School, especially. So I think I'm okay with that. But what do you want to hear from me? What is the scope of sharing session that you want me to deliver? So they said, Dato, the University Kuala Lumpur, there are people who are very new and they just joined. They just joined University Kuala Lumpur, and most of the students, they don't really, not to say understand, they don't really aware. Hey, what is the relationship between Mara and University Kuala Lumpur? And then we have Marakok in between pula. No? So, okay, I said, so who will be my audience then? I said, the students, lecturers, and also the president. So, so I think, wow, the range of audience that that I'll be facing today is quite huge, huge. So I think I have to find something. That something in between that suits. Suits the needs of professors, lecturers, and then young people like our students. So I say, okay, I'll share with you things that I think what we as a family need to know with regard to entrepreneur development. You know that Mara is our core business is human capital development, but then we are very much into entrepreneurship development. So this is within the time, 1 hour or more, I will try to do my best to share with you what Mara is and what we are doing now and what we are supposed to do. Between Mara and also University Kuala Lumpur, what we can do. So I believe that if we have a good collaboration, that we can do more things that will benefit more people. Okay, how do I control the my slides? Okay, this is a little bit about my presentation outline today. I will talk about the first topic is about the journey of Mara. Journey of Mara, how it started, what are objectives of Mara, and then what do we have now, what are we doing now, and then what is actually the aspiration of the organization, what we want to be. Yeah? Okay, and then the second one, I will share with you the entrepreneurship development ecosystem that we have within Mara that we are offering to the public, to people with regard to entrepreneurship development. And then the third topic is to share with us some of our development program, some of our entrepreneurship development program that we are running now. And then the last one, we'll see how we should be doing things in the new era, also with regard to the entrepreneur development. Okay, now the first one is about the journey of Mara. We know that Mara is a government agency, and we are probably one of the biggest government agency in Malaysia. Yeah? Probably one of the biggest government agency in Malaysia. It started in 1965, where the Bumiputra leaders, the political leaders, the NGOs, people who are really concerned about the Bumiputra, they had, on 5th of June, they had Bumiputra Economic Congress. So from this Congress, they put up 2 big resolutions. One is to have a bank, call it Bank Bumiputra. Bank Bumiputra. And then the second resolution is to have an organization named Majlis Amanah Rakyat. But before the Congress, after the independence of the country, there was an organization named RIDA, R-I-D-A, Rural and Industrial Development Authority. At that time, this agency or this organization are more towards helping people in the rural area with regard to uplift the way of, with regard to develop more infrastructure to uplift the social economy of the people in the rural area. And then what RIDA was doing was then the thing that is not enough. Then in this Congress, they decided that we need to have an organization with a bigger scope to help uplift. I mean, to help people in the rural area to have a better, with regard to the social economy. So that's why one of the biggest resolution was to have MARA as an organization to look after the people in the rural area. So that was the idea. And then after that, in 1966, 1966, 1st of March 1966, MARA was born. MARA was born through an act of parliament. We call it Akta MARA 1966. So MARA is not like the other government agency. We have an act of parliament that govern the organization. So we call it Akta MARA 1966 or MARA Act 1966. So what are the mandates under this act? What are the mandates? Why I keep on what are actually the mandate? Government. Sorry. What are actually the mandate from the Act, from Akta MARA 1966? Okay, from Akta MARA 1966, if you read Akta MARA 1966 under Section 6, Section 6, our ultimate goal is to have a Bumiputra Commerce and Industrial Community. MARA under Akta MARA 1966. Few years later, during Tun Abdul Razak, when Tun Abdul Razak was our Prime Minister, we also have the new economic policy, Dasar Ekonomi Baru, NEP, we call it NEP. NEP. Under this NEP, the target was new economic policy. The target was to have at least 30%. The Bumiputra need to have 30% stake in the business, whatever business that we have in Malaysia. Whatever business we have in Malaysia, Bumiputra stake, the target was to have Bumiputra stake 30%. 30% menjelang tahun 1990. Meaning, in 1990, the target was 30%. 30% stake. Okay. With the NEP, with the MARA Act, so that's why the ultimate objective is to have the Bumiputra Commerce and Industrial Community. That was the main idea, MARA. And then also, mandate carries by the MARA Act 1966 is for MARA to have investment, mergers and acquisition, and also to have talent development and education. So the main objective is entrepreneurship, and then to success, to reach that goal, we need also to have our people with knowledge, and also we need to do investment. That is the mandate. That was the mandate. That's the mandate. All right? That's the mandate. Itu Akta MARA 1966. Saya cerita secara ringkas lah, supaya semua orang dapat faham. Itu yang kita ada. Itu yang kita ada. So, with that mandate, there are lots of things that have been done by MARA. Lots of things that have been done by MARA. Before, even during the during RIDA time, lots of infrastructure development in the rural area. Okay, actually in Akta MARA, dia tak sebut Bumiputra tau. So not mentioned Bumiputra. What was mentioned in Akta MARA was luar bandar. Luar bandar. Dia tak mention Bumiputra, luar bandar. Tapi, we have to read between the line. 99% people who live in the rural area was the Bumiputra. Was the Bumiputra. So, it's not something that we have to hide, but we have to understand. People during that particular time, they know how to address things. So, how many Bumiputra do we have now in Malaysia? In Malaysia, currently, what is the population of Malaysia now? Berapa ramai penduduk Malaysia sekarang? About 32 million lah. 33 million. Say 33 million. Okay. 33 million. Okay. From this, the whole population, how many Bumiputra? It's about 69.6, somewhere, about 69.6. 69.6. So this is Malaysia. I mean, not just to look in 1966, but we have to look where we are now. This is Malaysia now, 33 million. So, and 96.6 or 70% are Bumiputra and are people who live in the rural area. So, most of the other 30%, they are already here. While the rest is somewhere here. This is, I'm talking about the economy status. The economic status, right? So, to uplift the whole country, you cannot just focusing on the smaller chunk of the population. You have to help the biggest chunk of the population, which is this one. So this is how people 56 years ago think. Memanglah tak semua kan, but we are talking about randomly lah, macam tu. So that's why they said we need to have an organization to address this portion of population. Then that organization is MARA. So Mara. That was the agenda lah. But that was 56 years ago. I'm telling. Dulu pun sama juga, lebih kurang lah. I mean the portion is somewhere 65%, 70%. Dulu kita ada, our population was then maybe 20 million, 24 million, 26 million. And then now we have 30 million population in Malaysia. But the percentage wise, people who live in the rural area mostly are the Malays and also the Aboriginal ethnic in Sabah and Sarawak. So this is people that we call Bumi Putra. We call Bumi Putra, that we define as Bumi Putra. Sekarang ni, the definition of Bumi Putra, now, the definition of Bumi Putra, kalau one of his father or mother is a Bumi Putra, then the child is a Bumi Putra. Meaning a Malay married to a Chinese, then their child is a Bumi Putra. So macam tu. So this is the idea to have Mara. Why Mara emerged? Why Mara emerged? By an act of parliament, an idea, a resolution formed during the first Bumi Putra Economy Congress. So last time, during Raida before 1966 was only doing the infrastructure, but when we have Mara ni mula-mula, the activity was only to help Bumi Putra, especially in business. Mula-mula, start from 1966. But then, in early 70s, 1972, then we realized that to success, we also need education and knowledge. Knowledge and education. That's why only in 1972, we started to have MRSM. The first MRSM was MRSM Seremban. Now tak ada lah. Now they call it College Mara Seremban, but that was MRSM Seremban. Mara Junior Science College in Seremban, 1972. Abdul Wahid Omar semua belajar kat situ dulu. So sekolah dia orang dah tak ada sekarang. You know, kan? Sekarang dah turn into College Mara Seremban. People, students learning A-level, IB there, the preparatory program. Student after SPM who are selected into the Mara program, and then will be sent there to do A-level and IB. If they pass certain cut-off point, then they'll go to study abroad lah. That is College Mara Seremban now. But then was MRSM Seremban. Sekarang dah tak ada MRSM Seremban. Now, tapi MRSM kita ada. Now we have about 56 MRSM now. And we keep on building more MRSM. And then we also have IKM Melaka. Di Melaka, IKM Melaka focusing on TVET, training and education. IKM Melaka. And also ITM. ITM ni, before, even during Raida, was Institute Latihan Raida. And then turned into Maktab Mara College. Maktab Mara, and then turned into ITM, Institute Technology Mara. We are graduate of ITM. And then only in 1966 or something like that, turned into UITM. Meaning, Mara is the one who created ITM. Now ITM is a mega university in Malaysia. ITM. So we created ITM. And then when, at the end of 1970s, the government took ITM from us, from Mara. Took ITM and put it under the purview of Ministry of Education. Arsha Ayub, Tan Sri Arsha Ayub Arwah, Tan Sri Arsha Ayub. Even during when we were studying there, still Tan Sri Arsha Ayub. Oh, then you know lah how old we are. How old you are? I was born in 1966, just a few months after the Akta Mara. Paya also. So, how old, Mara? You look at me. If you think that I'm old, then old lah. If you think that I'm young, then young lah. So that's Mara. Okay, that's Mara. So UITM. But then UITM was taken from Mara and then put under the purview of Ministry of Education. And then, cerita lebih sikit lah. And then, now, our university has gone. So we created a new university. That university is University Kuala Lumpur. University Kuala Lumpur is a university 100% owned by Mara. But then, cerita lebih sikit. In 2011, again, 2011 again, the government want to take University Kuala Lumpur and put in Prime Minister, bosku lah. Went to see. Please, this time let University Kuala Lumpur be with Mara. And then he agreed. Thank you lah. So that's why now University Kuala Lumpur is still in Mara. So that's the story lah. So a little bit now you know why University Kuala Lumpur is still with Mara. 2011 the government want to take University Kuala Lumpur. But before the University Kuala Lumpur was formed, because Mara sent so many students, to study in the UK, in Australia, whatnot, in the US. So we had an idea of the University of London. The University of London, they have King's College, they have Imperial College, and then all those make up a University of London. So before we have University Kuala Lumpur, there was only British Malaysia Institute, Malaysian France Institute, Malaysian Spanish Institute, and then we have German Malaysian Institute. Tak join tu bukan pasal tak nak, because it is not a Sendirian Berhad company. Dia limited by guarantee company. And then we have numbers. Then we consolidate all to be University Kuala Lumpur. So that's the story. Okay. And then these are among things that Mara was doing back then, after Mara was formed. So to give business funding, give training and that. But it was back in the 1960s and 70s lah. So this Syarikat Abdul Rahman Motor in Alostar. So we give funding so that now Rahman Brothers lah. So those are entrepreneurs developed by Mara. Tapi orang tak nampak lah. Sebab nama dia Rahman Brothers. It's not like MRSM. Grow. The name still MRSM. So so many MRSM now. So, okay.
Rida telah menubuhkan pusat perkhidmatan perusahaan-perusahaan kecil bagi memajukan perusahaan di rumah di seluruh persekutuan. Tujuan utama ialah mengiklan dan mengadakan pasaran bagi barang-barang kampung. Ibu pejabat pusat perkhidmatan perusahaan-perusahaan kecil ini ialah di Petaling Jaya. Di sini, barang-barang dari kampung-kampung kita dikumpul dan dijual atau dibawa keliling bandar dan kampung untuk dijual. Hari mengambil perbekalan dan kereta-kereta van datang mengambil barang-barang untuk dibawa ke kampung dan estate. Lepas itu mereka keluar semula menuju ke tempat-tempat perhentian yang telah dirancangkan, mencari pasaran-pasaran baru, menghantarkan barang-barang ke kedai runcit dan borok.
Ini bukan food truck.
Kedai-kedai Rida yang bergerak-gerak ini menjadi tumpuan orang ramai di Pekansari atau Pekan Minggu. Ada berbagai-bagai jenis barang dijual di kedai-kedai ini. Alat perkakas tembaga yang cantik-cantik buatan Terengganu, kain sarung dan kain songket dari Pantai Timur, topi-topi mengkuang buatan Negeri Sembilan dan Melaka, dan buah-buahan dalam tin yang diusahakan oleh Rida. Di antara Rida dengan rakyat sentiasa ada perhubungan rapat. Rida membantu mereka dengan wang dan kemudahan-kemudahan berlatih bagi memajukan perusahaan turun-temurun dan juga perusahaan baru. Dan kedai-kedai berkereta itu mengadakan pasaran yang lebih baik bagi barang-barang mereka. Kedai-kedai ini jarang berhenti lama. Biasanya mereka singgah di 3 atau 4 buah kampung setiap hari. Pusat tersebut menggalakkan pertukaran barang-barang antara negeri, membawakan barang-barang kampung ke rumah orang-orang kampung sendiri. Dari kampung ke kampung, musim menuai padi ialah masa yang baik. Orang kampung ada wang tunai untuk membeli belah. Pusat itu akan meluaskan lagi perkhidmatan ini sebagai menggalakkan penduduk-penduduk kampung di seluruh negeri memulakan perusahaan mereka sendiri.
Almost lah. Sebab masa tu belum ada online marketing. Online marketing was not there yet. Yeah? Alright. So, now in Mara, there are 3 main pillars in Mara. Number 1 is actually Mara human capital, empowering human capital to support the social impact. And then Mara development, sustainable development of Mara entrepreneurship to achieve powerful catalytic impact. And the third one is Mara Invest, building an impact investment business in order to generate commercial impact. So, this is education, entrepreneurship, and also investment. While all these 3 pillars is supported by the management services. This is also a pillar, right, actually, but laid down here as an enabler to the 3 pillars. So now I'm heading the entrepreneurship pillar. Okay, meaning from this we know that Mara ultimate objective as a social engineering agency to help to uplift the social economic of the people of the Bumiputra, mainly who live in the rural area. But because who live in the rural area, majority is the Bumiputra. That's why dalam Akta Mara tu tak sebut Bumiputra. Mainly are the Bumiputra. But we also understand that to be successful, people also need to have education and training. That's why later on, the education pillar comes in to support the main agenda. Remember, BCIC, Bumiputra Commerce and Industrial Community. So that's why until now in Mara, the tagline is keusahawanan dulu disebut and pendidikan global. Alright, that is the understanding of Mara. And then what about the investment? Investment is something that we are allowed to do. Dalam mandate Akta Mara, in Mara Act 1966, investment is something that we have to do, that we are allowed to do. So we do investment. We created companies as an extension of our function, so that there are things that we cannot do. I mean, not we cannot do. Lots of challenges to do if we a government agency. So we created companies like University Kuala Lumpur, companies like Mara Liner, macam-macam lah, kan? As an extension as a vehicle to extend our function. That is the reason why we have lots of subsidiary under MARA. So that falls under the investment pillar. So after 56 years, so this is what MARA is now. Kita ada 573 centers. 573 centers. 570 is in Malaysia, and we have 5 offices abroad. Kita ada office in London, kita ada office in Frankfurt, kita ada office in Washington, in Alexandria, and also in Sydney. Before we had office in mana? Moscow, tapi dah tutup lah sebab now students tak ada di Moscow. Kita ada di Dublin dulu pun dah tutup. We had in Chicago before. Also kita tutup, and then also in Jakarta. But most of those offices, the main objective is to look after our students who studied abroad. I was in London before. So, and then now in our headquarters in MARA, the bangunan batik biru tu, ada 24 divisions. Every state we have state offices. So ada 14 lah. And then we have district offices. District, kita ada 121, and then we have 2 training and leadership center in Jawi, Penang, and also in Lenggong. And then the education institution, 344, including University Kuala Lumpur, 12 campuses. And then most of it is Giat Mara. We have 231. So Giat Mara are everywhere. So every they call it parliamentary area in Malaysia, we have this training center, Giat Mara. MRSM, 55, College Mara, blah, blah, blah. So that's made up what Mara is now. So that's Mara lah. That's Mara. So now don't ask why we are under Mara. So that's the history lah. So that was the journey lah. So again, apa kita nak jadi sebenarnya? I mean, with regard to the aspiration. Dulu, even before RIDA, look after the well-being and infrastructure facilities, and then later on, when MARA was set up, more towards talent and skills development, and then we are the human capital custodian. So maknanya MARA ni kita menerajui di pembangunan human capital development. I think if I'm not mistaken, 15 for the last 15 years, we provided not less than 30% of the national need for human capital. That's MARA. That's MARA. And then our aspiration is to have a negara keusahawanan. Ini negara keusahawanan ni jangan salah faham. It's not negara nak buat kerajaan baru pula. Tidak, no. Negara keusahawanan meaning people, because Bumi Putra is 70 people with entrepreneurial mindset. That is negara keusahawanan. That's negara keusahawanan. People with entrepreneurial mindset. Whatever you do, you'll do it. You think like entrepreneur. That's what I mean by negara keusahawanan. So that is the aspiration lah. Okay, that's all about MARA. So now, Dato' Uzia, why we are under MARA? Cannot. Now you need to understand why University of Kuala Lumpur is under MARA. 2011, nyaris. University of Kuala Lumpur, they want to take University of Kuala Lumpur MARA and they put it under the Ministry of Education, but then they allow University of Kuala Lumpur to be kept by MARA until now. So Alhamdulillah for that. I know lah, for you, Alhamdulillah or what? Alright? IPTS, yeah. I mean, Dr. Ruzia know lah, what's the difference, I mean, between IPTS and IPTA, you know. I think there's a, I mean, good things to be IPTS, there's always a good things to be IPTA lah. Ada lah, pro and con itu. Alright, so that's about MARA. That's about MARA. Very brief about MARA. So now we go, or the next topic that I want to share with you is the entrepreneurship ecosystem within MARA. So, if you read in many research, there are lots of theory. There are lots of theory with regard to entrepreneurship development ecosystem. There are research saying that to develop entrepreneur, you need to have, I mean, 5 things or sometimes 6, sometimes 7. But in MARA, what we subscribe is at least these three things we need to have around to help develop the entrepreneur. Number 1 is entrepreneurs development, I mean the people development. The people, orangnya. You want to develop entrepreneur, then you need to have the orangnya. Orang yang nak jadi entrepreneur tu, mestilah kena ada. And then number two, need to help develop the business. And number 3, you need to come with the support facilities. Within MARA, we are very focused to offer these 3 things. Number 1, to help develop the people. This is, we do this under Bahagian Pembangunan Usahawan. Ni, Pak Ya is the director of Bahagian Pembangunan Usahawan. So we do lots of training program. But to develop people ni bukan saja dekat Bahagian Pembangunan Usahawan, not only in Entrepreneur Development Division, not only we give training to entrepreneur through Bahagian Pembangunan Usahawan, but in our education and training institution also, you started to inspire students, started to give lots of knowledge about entrepreneurship, lots of knowledge about business, how to manage the financial, how to manage people, how to manage the marketing program. All these are very important with regard to develop the people. And then we have lots of activities in MARA to help develop the business. Lots of programs like B2B. We give grants to entrepreneurs to develop their products. We bring them to the market, just like the old video that you saw just now. Tapi kita tak buat macam tu lah sekarang. Kan? Kita ada banyak program-program. We took entrepreneur, we bring them to market in the foreign countries. Also in local, we collaborate with the online platform companies. All those things help to develop the business. And when people have problem with financing, then we also offer them with business financing. Our business financing is very, I mean, you cannot compare it with business financing offered by the banks or financial institution. It's a very, I would say it's very generous business financing lah. So that's how we help entrepreneurs. Apart from that, we also have lots of commercial and business premises throughout the country, like 7,300 lots of business premises to be rented by the entrepreneurs. And just now you have seen we have offices in every state, offices in every district that will help entrepreneurs wherever they are to deliver the business advisory. So we believe that to help develop entrepreneur, the complete ecosystem is at least to have these 3 elements. 3 elements. 1, entrepreneur development. 1 is to develop the human capital, the orangnya, through trainings or not, and then help develop the business, and then comes with the support facilities. So this is what we're having now lah. Extension to training for the entrepreneurs that we handle through our business development division are entrepreneur subjects that are taught in universities, in our colleges, and all the programs with regard to entrepreneur development, to awareness program that we have within our education and training institution, and within MARA, that also help with regard to develop the orangnya, with regard to develop the human capital. Okay, and then business development, we also have lots of collaboration with other agencies, so that we can have lots of opportunity to be shared. Because currently lots of government agencies also doing or get involved with entrepreneur development. So that's what happened now lah. All right. So you can see some of government agency, they involve in entrepreneur development, but some of them are only doing training. They do not offer business financing. They don't have infrastructure to offer to the entrepreneur. Some are only doing training. Some are only doing business financing. Kan? Dia bagi loan saja, kan? Tapi dia tak ada buat training and all that. But that not happen in MARA. In MARA, this is what I was saying. This is the complete ecosystem that we are offering to entrepreneur. Semua kena ada, kita ada ketiga-tiga elemen ni. At least dalam MARA ni kita ada. So, kalau students of our universities, colleges, and also we have things to offer. We have special financing to offer to the graduates lah. I mean, if you are still a student, we cannot give you loan for business lah. After you graduated from the university, if you want to do business, then we can help you with regard to the business financing. Alright. Nanti pasal business financing ni kadang-kadang macam-macam. Nanti your business tak berapa jadi pula kan. Kita ada lah juga tindakan-tindakan yang kita nak kena ambil lah. So we cannot do that while you are still student. That's why we cannot fund you. If you have business while you are studying, we cannot give you business financing lah. Sekarang yang kita boleh bagi you ialah education sponsorship. Kita boleh bagilah untuk sesiapa yang layak lah. Alright. Okay. This is a little bit more about what I was explaining just now. Kalau entrepreneur development, kita ada lots of training programs lah. I mean, I don't have to elaborate every single thing of that, but we have lots of training programs throughout the year. Start January kita ada. So just within us lah, our budget ni untuk buat training ni is about 22 million. Yeah. So we do lots of training. We do lots of training. Tapi kalau untuk 2023 tu belum diluluskan lagi lah. Baru luluskan bayar gaji lah. Kan? A mini budget has been approved yesterday or day before yesterday kan. But we are still waiting for the development budget lah. So we do lots of training, and then with regard to business development, we have lots of collaboration with other agencies, lots of collaboration with the players of the industry. Kita buat bespoke programs, so we have to develop new entrepreneurs. Nanti sekejap lagi saya tunjuk contoh. And then with regard to the support services, macam saya sebut tadi, I mentioned before, kita ada business premises, the arcade MARA, the bazaar, and then we have also a commercial lot dalam shopping complex and all that. We bought ni, and then kita bayar, kita sewakan kepada entrepreneur at minimum rate lah. So we subsidize. We subsidize some of the rental rate. And then the business financing, kita ada banyak macam-macam business financing to the young graduates who just graduated from universities and colleges. We have business financing for the OKU, for the disabled who like to do business. Semua tu kita ada, kita ada. Then also we help lots of contractors because kita ada kita panggil contract financing scheme. So entrepreneur, if they manage to get contract work from either government or the GLC, they come to Mara and we give them the capital. So they just go and do the work and dapat untung. So kerja tak pakai modal sendiri, kita yang bagi. Kalau ada contractors come to UniKL and they got job, contract from UniKL to do maintenance whatnot, they come to Mara, we give them the modal. They just do to make sure that they complete the job. Dapatkan kerja je, modal kita bagi. So banyak kita bantu benda-benda yang macam tu. So it also help the government agency and the GLC lah with regard to make sure that all the job, all the work that they have contracted out can be finished on time. So benda tu memang banyak membantu lah. Okay. We have also a special financing for wanita, for the ladies. For the ladies. Ladies who want to do business, we even have a special financing program for the ladies, for the female entrepreneur. We call it Dana Nita. Dana Nita ni is a very kita kata apa? Very flexible lah, very flexible. We can give financing up to 150,000 to female entrepreneur. But that doesn't mean if you're female, then you only have to apply for Dana Nita. If you need Dana Nita is 150. Dana Nita 150. Yes. Okay. Experience of Mara. Experience of Mara. We have lots of young entrepreneurs comes to Mara, but they are not from Mara training institution. But they are from other universities, from other colleges. They come and see us. So we were thinking, I'm inviting the graduates of University Kuala Lumpur lah. But not now lah. Now you're still a student. After you graduate from University Kuala Lumpur, if you think that you want to be entrepreneur, and come and see us lah. Alright? Okay, that's how it is. But that's true, Dato. People, young entrepreneurs who came and see us, mostly they are not from University Kuala Lumpur lah. So maybe the University Kuala Lumpur people ni memang dah ada modal lah. Ya. That's why I mean Dr. Zul and Dr. Osmawati datang jumpa saya. Dia kata cerita sikit pasal Mara dulu. You need to know what Mara has to offer. So that's why today I'm just sharing to you about Mara, how it started, and then what we are having now to offer to the potential entrepreneurs, and then to offer to entrepreneurs throughout the country. Apa yang kita buat sekarang? Ini adalah antara benda-bendanya lah that you need to know lah. Apart from being a University Kuala Lumpur student, that in the university that you learn many things about entrepreneurship. But actually our experience on the field is not like what you read in the books. It's not that. So ada banyak lah, lots of things that you have to discover later on. So this is what I said just now. dalam kita nak menjadi entrepreneur tu ada banyak benda lah. So di upper part tu ialah when you're students, and then bawah tu industry. Mula-mula when you're in the university, you have been inspired by your lecturers. Oh, cerita kalau tak kerja you boleh jadi usahawan, bla bla bla. You have been inspired lah. It looks like very easy. But then benda tu you kena betul-betul ada the right attitude to be an entrepreneur. It's not like 1, 2, 3. It's not like an ABC. You need to make sure that you have the right attitude, you really want to go for it, and you start having ideas, business ideas. Or, bila you dah belajar, and then number 2 tu, commitment tu, when you go into the industry, you work, and then you start to learn. Within the workplace, you tengok how your bosses are doing their business. Macam mana dia orang kerja, macam mana dia orang buat business, how they run their business. You are just there as an employee, for example, mula-mula. And then, during that time, you can start to have your business idea. Mungkin you want to do things yang berlainan, but it's your own idea with the new concept, with what we're having now around, the new technology, whatnot, then you explore. And then later on, you form up a team, you validate your business idea, if you're really sure with that business idea, and then probably you want to decide that you want to have a go. Then you can start your business with that business idea that you have formulated. By looking at what's happening around you, bila masa you kerja, mungkin you dah kerja 2-3 tahun dan sebagainya, and then you tengok, then you formulate the business idea. Alright? And then you get the right business idea, and then you start. And then, as a startup, then there the journey goes. Saya selalu kata, kalau new entrepreneur ni, dia macam kita nak berlayar di lautan. The lautan tu probably is the market, is the economy. Kadang-kadang laut itu tenang, kadang-kadang laut itu bergelora. Your business is the sampan yang nak sail across the wide ocean. So macam tu. So it's lots of challenges lah, Okay, that is the ecosystem that we have within Mara. We have training programs. We have programs to help develop product, develop the business, to find new market or not. And then we also come with the support facilities, business financing, business advisory, and then we offer spaces for you to start your business. Itu yang berlaku lah sekarang. Okay. Next is some examples of our current business development program. Ini saya nak tunjuk lah. Nak tunjuk apa yang kita buat sekarang lah. You know, tadi bila tengok pillars of Mara ni, ada education, ada entrepreneur, ada investment. When I started to head the entrepreneur pillars ni, masa tu the challenge that I first took, the challenge was people were asking, okay, Mara ni dia punya main objective is to uplift the socio economy of the Bumiputera, and then we believe that to sustain that we need to have a good involvement in economy. So orang tanya, even in parliament, the MPs were asking, Mara ni dah 50 tahun. Kalau dalam education tu nampak. Tapi kalau dalam entrepreneurship ni tak nampak lah. Apa yang dah jadi? What happened to our entrepreneurs? Where are the success stories? Orang tak nampak. But in education, people can see. So the keyword nampak. So 3 malam saya tidur fikir. So that's why just to tell you a bit lah. Dulu dia panggil apa? Predecessor. Sebelum predecessor was Datuk Salmah. Kan Datuk Salmah dulu was after retire then come jadi ni pula dekat ni. Oh, my predecessor was Datuk Salmah. And then when Datuk Salmah retire, our KP masa tu was Pak Yem lah. Datuk Ibrahim. And then Datuk Ibrahim said they call most of the senior directors lah masa tu lah. Now that Datuk Salmah already retire, siapa yang patut jadi TKP usahawan ni? Deputy DG for entrepreneurship. You know. Macam tu dulu. Ni is true story. Saya cerita kan. Hilang mantuk. You know. Very democratic. People, tak nak. No, in Mara. Last, you know, I'm not the most senior. I'm not the most senior director at that time kan. Adalah 2-3 orang lah. But they are about to retire as well lah. Tinggal setahun. Pagi Zul lah. I pun, alamak kan. Macam tu lah. So, because I didn't expect that I have to be the successor of Dato' Salmah kan. Masa tu, I was the director of investment. So, when I was made up TKP for Sonan, so that was the challenge lah. That Pak Yem told me, Zul, kau tengok ni, education ni orang asyik cakap, education nampak, Kusanan nampak, apa kau nak buat? So, yes, there are questions in parliament, even in parliament, about tu. So, we were thinking, so the keyword was, I mean, you know that there's lots of things have been done by Mara lah, kan? Macam daripada tadi the old videos you can see what Mara did, man, to help the Bumi Putra entrepreneurs. But people just cannot see because why? Because program yang ada under sektor keusahawanan ni is just macam software. Kalau you ambil handphone ni, kan, kalau ambil handphone ni, handphone ni dia ada hardware and the software is inside. Kalau education, the hardware is the school lah, the university ni, MRSM, University Kuala Lumpur is hardware lah, the physical building, and then the brand. UniKL is a brand, kan? Unitech Mara Sdn Bhd kan, but the brand is UniKL, University Kuala Lumpur. MRSM, even Giat Mara, ICAM, all that, those are brands. So those are brands in the market, in the industry, in the education industry. So people can see because of the brand. Whereas in entrepreneur sector, we are giving financing, we are doing lots of training, we are helping them to bring their product to the market. But the brand was theirs. The brand are theirs. Kan, syarikat XYZ, kalau dia dah jadi kaya jutawan pun, who knows that Mara already helped this company. So that's what happened lah. I mean, it's not that we regret. No, we are not regret. But that is why people cannot see. So we started, okay? We keep on helping all those entrepreneurs. But concurrently, we also help develop new entrepreneur with brand that we created. So that's why lepas tu kita adalah banyak program collaboration where we have lots of collaboration. I said before, even since 1966 we have lots of collaboration. Until now we have lots of collaboration, more than 100 collaboration with the government agency, with the industry player, with the GLCs, with lots of entities that we have collaboration. Kat situ, UniKL Lumpur ada, UniKL. Our own subsidiary, of course. We do collaborate with the University of Kuala Lumpur. And then with that collaboration, we created lots of brands. We created lots of brands. We developed new entrepreneurs. Most of them are newly graduated from the university or from colleges, or probably they have graduated 3 years ago and then they went to work somewhere and then they decided that they want to be an entrepreneur. So come to us and we develop them to be an entrepreneur, but they operate brand that we created. For example, our collaboration with University Kuala Lumpur, RCMP, we develop doctors to be entrepreneurs. So ini yang dalam kita panggil kalau pillars professionals lah. Doctors graduated from maybe from RCMP or doctors yang dulu pernah dapat our education sponsorship. They went abroad to study in RCSI ke dekat mana, even in Egypt ke mana. They came back, they worked with the government hospital for 3 years or 4 years, and then they decided they want to be an entrepreneur. So we help them, we give them training, but of course they have to undergo a selection process lah. Because to be, macam I sebut tadi, to be a successful entrepreneur, you need to have the right attitude. So not everybody come and then we can give them a chance. They have to undergo a selection process because we want to make sure the successful of the program. So normally we do in batches. So one batch, 20 doctors. So they will undergo a training process like 5 to 6 months because they are working. So we do the training program during weekend. They come to the program. Some of them are from Johor, ada yang from Kelantan, from Pahang, from Kedah. They come every weekend and do a program. What training program? It's an entrepreneurship development program. Kita tak ajar ni cucuk orang ni. Kan, memang dia dah pandai, dia doktor. So we train them in terms of how to manage customers, how to manage their finance, how to manage the people, marketing, to do marketing, whatnot, all those things. So we train them. Yalah, kalau doktor kat hospital bukan mestinya dia nak pandai sangat manage dia punya customer, because itu dia sana dia kerja kan, makan gaji. Kadang-kadang sakit apa? Cak. Maybe like that. That's in the hospital lah kan. Okay. But this is their clinic, their own clinic. So how they want to manage, how they want to advise the patient kan. So we do training. And to do that training, of course takkan Pak Yah semua nak ajar. He's not a doctor. Of course, we collaborate with the industry player, doctors who already have clinics. So they train these doctors to be an entrepreneur. As a result, now kita dah buat after 3-4 years. So 3-4 years, now we have 63. Ini bukan UniKL sebenarnya, kita buat lari sikit. The you and I. You dan saya lah. You and I clinic. So that's why dia ada actually the you titik and titik you and I. You and I clinic. Tapi tak kisahlah orang nak sebut apa. But the brand is like University Kuala Lumpur lah. Sama. I just want to show that in within Mara ni, we have the ecosystem to train people, to develop the human capital, to develop the business net. And then apart from that, we also do create brands for the pharmacies. So kita ada UNI pharmacies. So pharmacies ni kita baru buat, now ada lebih kurang 10 baru. 10 different ball game pharmacy ni. Cannot expand macam tu saja like the clinics, cannot. Pharmacies ni macam lain sikit, so kita buat. Tapi UNI pharmacy now ada 10, now ada dental. Dental ni kita ada about 14 dental. And then the latest one we develop entrepreneurship among accountants. So yang ni PACT ni, PACCT ni, Prudence Consulting Group ni. This one we collaborate with KUPTM to develop accounting firm. I think in 2 months time we will have 14 accounting firm with the brand of PAC. Ini accountant. Other than that, we also collaborate with Mara, IKM, people from the industry who are in the electrical, semua kita buat. Pro Power, those are brands that we created. We created the brands and then we help develop new entrepreneur. Macam tu, PAM tu is a automotive workshop. Automotive workshop. Yang tu kita collaborate with Petronas Lubricant. So the workshop will be look like somehow like Petronas lah. But when it looks like Petronas, it helps to convince the market lah. So that's how we do things lah. So ex-students of Mara, they know how to cut the rambut, but then we do create brand for them and then they operate kedai rambut lah. They are hair stylish. So lots of things lah. Ni semua ni. Semua kita create. So by doing this now, the perkataan nampak tu, kan? People yang tanya mana tak nampak tu, now they start to nampak. These are all entrepreneurs that we develop. But just what I said just now, not only that we do this, yang lain pun as usual we keep on helping them. We keep on give trainings, we keep on help to market their products or not. Tapi this is for the new entrepreneurs. New entrepreneurs, we created the brand and they are now the brand operator. This is not franchise. Franchise is macam lah you belajar dalam dekat universiti kan, what is franchise, branches macam mana. Tapi this is brand operator. We created the brand, we train the entrepreneur, they operate the brand. This is what happened lah. And yes, yeah. For now, I mean, what we are doing now, we don't take stake in all those businesses. We don't take stake. No? They are using the brand for free. They are using the brand for free. They are using the brand for free. But we do select the right people to operate the brand. But we are, and then Loka tu, this is the latest program lah, Loka Cafe. Ada. Now we already have 3, one in Tamarind Square, Dato Mall, Dato dekat lah kan, baru, and then the other one is in Ceras, apa nama? Baru ada 3 lah. Our strategy is to have more of local brands within the Klang Valley dulu before we spread the brand to the other part of the country lah. Local brand. Okay, local ni, for local, we are collaborating with number 1 DDG to do the branding. DDG is our subsidiary, and then we collaborate with with the entrepreneur, Mara's entrepreneur, yang ada central kitchen. So, berapa banyak kita ada local cafe pun, the food will be of the same taste lah. Of the same taste. Because it comes from satu central kitchen. We have entrepreneur that we develop and they have a good central kitchen now. So local ni, the look pun tunjuk local. This is local. Tu. Ni local cafe ni. This is local. This local cafe. The first one, I think baru operate dalam 2 bulan macam tu kot. But as for now, rules okay lah. Rules okay. revenue is about roughly about 3,000, 3,500 per day. Kan? So kita dah, bila kita buat program macam ni, we even do all the costings, cash flow semua. They just come, not to say plug and play lah, tapi everything has been calculated for them. They just do like what we planned, like what we train them, how we train them. Then satu, the location. Location, we go and validate. If they say they want to open up the cafe here, we go and validate. If we think that, oh, this place cannot, then they cannot. Right? Same template as what we do as what we do for the clinic. Same template. But this time, cafe. This time, cafe. Now, we have 3 local cafes. I think they're doing quite well now. Baru lah tapi, baru 2 bulan. Kalau dia follow, I'm quite confident that this brand will grow. Macam the clinics, within 3 years, we have 63. 2023, we want to have the program in Sarawak, so that we want to have more clinics in Sabah and Sarawak. Sekarang kita baru ada 1 di Sarawak, 1 di Sabah. And we want to have more in Sabah and Sarawak. We already have 61 in the Semenanjung Malaysia clinics. We want to have more in Sabah and Sarawak. Local cafe, we want to have many local cafes within Klang Valley dulu before we spread the brand throughout the country lah. That's what we do lah. Yang sebelah tu ialah PAC tadi lah, Business Consulting Group. Before was gambar-gambar untuk program-program yang kita buat lah. This is the barber. Barber ni budak giat marah, and we do branding, business positioning, brand positioning, whatnot. So they jadi smart lah, and smart, and then they look very professional. All the barbers ni, kalau you tengok dalam TV apa Gegar Baganza kat belakang stage tu, memang dia orang lah. Media Prima memang hit barber lah, yang jadi the hair stylist lah. Dan yang bawah tu program pump tu yang collaboration with the Petronas Lubricant, and then you have UNI Clinic, UNI Dental. Ingat gambar UNI Dental tu mungkin di Kuala Terengganu, if I'm not mistaken, ya. So seeing is believing lah. This is what we do lah. Okay. So by doing this, the perkataan tak nampak tu will slowly dissolve lah. Because we have to also prove to the people that this is what we do to help develop entrepreneurs lah. Of course, the example that I'm showing is only the smaller businesses, but believe me, we also doing things, and we also helping a bigger businesses lah. In fact, kalau sebenarnya, if you ask me about the kind of business that we are focusing in Mara, dia macam ni ya. Now, there are lots of government agencies, there are lots of entities claiming that they are also doing entrepreneur development. But most especially the ministry, good that many people are helping the entrepreneurs. But most are helping the micro businesses. Tak apalah. Micro businesses ni memang banyak. In Malaysia, there are about 1.1 million businesses yang being registered. This is DOSM punya figure. So, more than 900,000 are micro businesses. So, many people are helping the micro businesses. Micro businesses ni are businesses with a revenue less than 300k per year, and with employees less than 5 people. Less than 5. These are micro businesses. And then kalau you if you read, you do the reading, you can see, and in many countries like the US, for example, if they look at, but the definition is different. Micro business in Malaysia, the definition is revenue less than 300k per year. Micro business in Japan is a lot bigger. Micro businesses in the US is a lot bigger. Every country, they have their own definition for their own businesses. In the US, for example, if they look at the micro businesses that doing, kita panggil apa? Buat kerja kontrak lah. Contractors. Less than 45% of the micro businesses can sustain for more than 5 years. In Malaysia, if you look at micro businesses, generally, about 5% saja or less that can sustain for more than 5 years. Micro businesses. Tapi but the attitude of micro entrepreneur ni, dia buat bisnes lepas 3 tahun buat bisnes lain pula, lepas 3 tahun buat bisnes lain pula, lepas 3 tahun. But that particular business yang boleh sustain for more than 5 years is less than 5%. Less than 5%. That's for micro businesses. Micro businesses ni apa tadi? Micro businesses ni yang revenue dia 300k per year or less. Staff pun maximum 5 or less. This is micro business. The second one is small business. Small ni dia ada definition dia, kalau you all tengok dalam ini, kalau di Malaysia lah, dia ada line definition dia for manufacturing, line definition dia for services and others. Kalau manufacturing ni, small businesses ni, revenue is between 300k to 15 million if I'm not mistaken. Macam tu lah. Tapi you can just check. And then dia ada. And then lagi ada small and medium. Ni small, ni medium. Kalau medium tu, just to share with you lah. Kalau medium, for medium businesses, kalau manufacturing, revenue, they're between 15 million to 50 million per year, the revenue. That's for medium business. That's what we call medium business. Definition for Malaysia. Kalau services, kalau dia medium, revenue is 3 million to 20 million. Kalau medium tadi, kalau manufacturing, revenue 300k, sebab 300k ke bawah tu micro, 300k to 15 million. Kalau manufacturing, kalau services, 300k to 3 million. Okay. Yang I kata tadi, what Mara want to focus is actually this. Yang small ni. Yang medium ni, kita ada SME Corp. And then they call themselves SME. They are looking at, mostly at the medium-sized businesses. Micro businesses ni, many people or many entities are looking at the micro businesses. Yang ini ni, macam anak yatim lah. Tak ada orang tengok. So, as for Mara, actually, we want to focus to businesses of this size. But then, since we are still being purviewed by, now call it KKDW, Kementerian Kemajuan Desa dan Wilayah, so lots of makcik timah and also this, so we cannot, kita tak boleh tu, kita tak kena tengok jugalah. So that's why we still have lots of program to address micro businesses ni. Kalau ikut Mara, kita pun dah lama, kita nak fokus ini. Kalau businesses like what we have created, macam tu local cafe or not, they are within this territory. They are in within that particular territory. So that's the kind of businesses that we want to help. So that's why we started to do that. Now, better late than never. And also not only to answer that perkataan tak nampak tadi tu, we're doing things to address that particular area. But still, it's not that we don't want to help the micro, but we are focusing on that particular of businesses. So itu je kan yang kita nak buat. That's what we're doing now. So this is also some of the highlights on programs yang kita buat sekarang. Saya dah cerita banyak tadi. Klinik, program yang PAM, semua ni small business. They are not micro, small businesses. So we start doing. So apart from them, banyak lagi lah usahawan lain yang memang small businesses. Yes.
Does Mara has any kind of industry that is in priority, like such as that we give priority for the industry in food industry or fashion industry, for example?
Thank you. Good that you asked. We are focusing on 5 industry. Number 1, automotive. Number 2, F&B. Number 3, lifestyle. Lifestyle ni yang tadi semua tu lifestyle lah. Barber, even furniture is lifestyle. Automotive, F&B, lifestyle, services and also construction. Construction because we want to help the contractors. Lots of them construction. Lagipun kenapa kita pilih 5 ni? Lots of program conducted by our Ybhg is also related to these five industries lah. Okay. So these are some highlights lah. Ni macam ni just tu yang tengah tu anugerah usahawan Mara, salah seorang tu dia namanya Haji Anas. He's the owner of Canggih brand is Mara entrepreneur. Tapi orang tak nampak lah. Because tak. Nampak? There are lots of Canggih brand ni Mara punya entrepreneur. We develop this entrepreneur. Sekarang ni Canggih is number 1 brand lah kalau dalam pakaian sekolah tu. Just as an example lah. We have a lot more lah. So these are some facts and figures lah. Total entrepreneurs yang being developed by Mara now. And then financing, total financing throughout the year, throughout the Mara punya since inception, banyak. And then almost 300,000 entrepreneurs being funded by Mara. And then Mara kita ada kalau currently last year sales just in within Mara's punya business premises, business property itu was 1.5 billion. And house 6,600 entrepreneurs. Okay. Just tengok dekat ni sekejap. that's where we are now with regard to entrepreneur development by Mara. So, last part, just I want to throw some questions, issues, and then kita kena fikir lah, kan? Because now we are into the new era. Business pun macam-macam ada sekarang. There are things that we have to think about. We have to think about. We cannot do things like what we did before. We need to get new. We need to get new results because especially after the pandemics, lots of things change. Lots of things change. So with regard to the business, with regard to the generation gap, generasi saya ni, generasi 1966, yang kita Gen X. After Gen X, then Gen Y, and then Gen Z, the millennials or not. So lots of different. So generation gaps are there. So to think about businesses, different businesses. People enter into different businesses now. Business now no longer brick and mortar. No longer brick and mortar. Dulu in 2020, we think that IR 4.0 ni is coming in within at least 5 to 10 years. Tapi with COVID-19, blessing in disguise, kan, benda-benda tu datang lebih cepat. Dulu, Pak Ya has got issues to ask Makcik Timah and Cik Bedah to hop on to the online businesses. But because of the pandemic, Makcik Timah pun dah buat business online. Kan? While doing training, Makcik Timah come, they don't know how to operate the computer. But she came with her daughter. Yang terror tak TikTok lah benda ni. Kau buat je lah nak. Dekat, kan? So business now dah transform into a new way of doing business. Macam-macam, working culture, and then the technology. So as on the other side, which is the consumer behavior, the cultures are lots of many different. If you compare with what happened, probably last 5 years, this pandemic changed everything. Generasi pun dah berubah macam-macam. The way they think, the lifestyle, semua berbeza. During the pandemic, dekat Malaysia ni, many businesses was affected by the pandemic. So Mara, the entrepreneur sector of Mara, entrepreneur development sector Mara ni, kita buat macam-macam to help our entrepreneur to sustain dalam business. Okay. Kita bagi macam-macam lah. You all pun selalu dengar dalam TV ada kadang-kadang sewa, kita bagi diskaun, kadang-kadang kita just waive saja sewa beberapa bulan where they cannot open up the business. Kita bagi macam-macam. Even the loanees kita panggil apa? Moratorium, restructure, the payment schedule or not. So, as a result, kalau ini adalah, this is the national number. This is the national number. With regard to business yang gulung tikar, PKS yang rugi, yang kurangkan pekerja. But this is our numbers. Lot better. Because of all the initiative yang kita bagi. All the initiative that we give to our entrepreneurs. As a result, bukan tak ada yang terpaksa tutup kedai, ada, tapi as a result we've got a better numbers lah, better as compared to what happened to other entrepreneurs yang kita tidak dapat bantu lah. It's not that we don't want to help, semua tu setengah tu dah within kita punya itu, kita baginya itulah. Okay. So ini strategi kita pada masa itu, just to share with you. The yellow line is the normal business life cycle, like you what you read in the book. Kan? Business life cycle, startup, growth, maturity. Kalau tak ada innovation, then dia akan decline. You have to innovate terus. Kan? But during the pandemic, many entrepreneurs that we help during startup, they're supposed to grow, but because of the pandemic, lots of companies, lots of businesses nak ni. This is where they'll gulung tikar. They have to close their business. But we have to push. We have to push with all those initiatives kita bagi tu so that they can sustain. So our strategy, kalau tengok dalam plan strategi Mara tu, that's why we put this one as our first priority to protect all those businesses yang sebelum ni kita bantu, tapi we help them to sustain. So kita bagi macam-macam. Kita bagi macam-macam. Okay. So ni I dah sentuh tadi. So just look at some of the, some figures lah. In the new era ni. Kalau dekat Malaysia, 55.7% use banking and financial services apps. 11% of the customer prefer cash on delivery or e-commerce. 68.4% purchase items online using mobile phone. These are all things that we have to consider when we do business now. Kalau tengok yang ujung sekali tu pun, digital in marketing pun very interesting. 43% shop in bed. I don't know, you do shopping in bed? Tidur terus mati. Kalau orang lelaki mati, wife bukan matilah, tidur mati, wife sebelah duduk membeli lagi. Kan? 20% shop in the bathroom. While doing other things, sempat lagi duduk beli. Kan? I tak tahu dia beli. Kan? Tak tahu dia beli apa. 20% shop in the car. Husband are driving. Wife are spending. Kan? 23% shop in the office. This is not good. Only during lunchtime, okay. 10%. Shop under influence. So all these numbers are some facts and figures are very interesting lah. But these are all numbers that we have to consider lah. Okay. To share, many people dah tengok video ni dalam.
So 25 years old.
Especially
Don't worry.
the students.
Any mistake is an income, is a wonderful revenue for you. So I tell myself and told my young people, before 20 years old, be a good student. When you do entrepreneur, just to learn some experience. Before 40 years old, follow somebody. Go to a small company. Normally in a big company, it is good to learn processing. You are a part of a big machine. But when you go to small company, you learn.
Okay, saya just why dia kata when you are young you just graduate, go to small company. Why? Anybody? Huh? Say again.
Observe the company.
Hampir tepat.
Get more experience.
Get more experience, of course. If you are in big company also, you get the experience. Why? Huh?
Learn the whole process of the business.
To learn the whole process of the business. Kalau you lepas graduate, kalau you kerja dengan company kecil, you kena buat semua. No, you have to do everything. This company is just 10 people. You have to do everything. Go to the, if you have photocopy machine, you do the photocopy, you do this, you do that, account, you do a full set of accounts, for example. If you work in a big company with 500 people, you will be doing just a small portion of the operation. That's why when you're young, you've got an opportunity to work in a smaller company. Janganlah kerja ke company yang sampai tak dapat bayar gaji. Yeah. Work in a smaller company. Sorry, I just... Boleh? Sikit lah. Even this video, we don't have to see all of the videos.
So 25 years old, don't worry. Any mistake is an income, is a wonderful revenue for you. So I tell myself and told my young people, before 20 years old, be a good student. When you do entrepreneur, just to learn some experience. Before 30 years old, borrow somebody. Go to a small company. Normally in a big company, it is good to learn processing. You are a part of a big machine. But when you go to a small company, you learn the passion, you learn the dreams. You learn how to do a lot of things at one time. So before 30 years old, it's not which company you go, it's which boss you follow. It's very important. A good boss teaches you differently. And from 30 to 40 years old, you have to think very clearly when you're working for yourself. If you really want to be an entrepreneur. When you're 40 to 50 years old, you have to do all the things that you are good at. Don't try to jump into the new area. It's too late. You may be successful, but the rate of dying is too big. So 40 to 50, think about how can you focus on things that you are good at. But when you are 50 to 60 years old, work for the young people.
Working for the young people.
Because young people can do better than you. So rely on them, invest on them, making sure they're good. So when you are over 60 years old, spend time for yourself.
Spend time for yourself.
On the beach, sunshine. It's too late for you to change normally. But this is my advice to the young people. 25 years old, make enough mistakes. Don't worry. You fall, you stand up. You fall, you stand. Enjoy it. I mean, 25 years old, enjoy the show, enjoy the show.
Okay.
I don't have a rich father.
Okay, I think you can find, of course, you can find this video on YouTube. It's very, I thought it's very inspiring, this video. Every single word that he was saying, to me, it's right. So let's look at the video, and then, especially for the young people, you can definitely use or listen to him. What he was saying is actually some things that can be followed, some things that can help you to guide you to the right pathway if you want to be an entrepreneur. Okay, I think that's all. Sorry for taking too much of your time. Kadang-kadang kalau saya bercakap tu kan, dia jadi lama. Dia jadi lama. So sorry for that. I hope what I've shared with you helps to enhance, number one, your knowledge with regard to the emergence of Mara. Why? Why do we have Mara in the country? It's not something that's too political. It's not something that racist, because of, if you want to uplift the country, then you have to help uplift the biggest portion of the population. Of course, that's the reason why. And then all what we have to offer in Mara with regard to developing entrepreneur, at least you dapat tahu sikit macam mana. And I've shared with you also some of our experience dealing with people yang nak jadi entrepreneur ni. People tak ada satu pun yang sama, semuanya berbeza-beza, nak macam-macam dan sebagainya. Where walaupun you can see that we have, if you see at the budget tu nampak macam banyak, tapi orang yang nak pun banyak, selalu saja tak cukup. And then kadang-kadang kita ada A, dia nak C, kita ada C, dia nak D, kita ada E, dia nak Z. So macam-macam. So dealing with people, you need to have lots of passion. And so benda-benda macam tu lah. So but that's the beauty of dealing with entrepreneur and of course being an entrepreneur lah. So with that, tak tahulah kalau ada soalan ke apa, nanti saya dah cakap banyak lah. Tapi I'm ready for any question.
Okay, right. Thank you so much, Dato, for a very, I would say, engaging presentation. And I'm sure that we have gained a lot of information, especially in terms of how MARA can facilitate and support entrepreneurs' venture. So let me recap and summarize the key points that I have gathered just now. First, MARA has a complete ecosystem to ensure the sustainability of Bumiputra entrepreneurs in scaling up their business capacity and to nurture innovation startup, which includes entrepreneurship development, business development, and support facilities, right? Okay, and next, there are more than 30 structured business development program which is under PAYA, and more than 100 industry collaboration, right, available to help develop business entrepreneurs, especially in professional, technical, and services industry. Finally, the reflection, right, into the new era in which entrepreneurs, right, need to consider several influencing factors such as customer behavior and culture, technology advancement, the IR 4.0, generation gap, and of course the way we operate our business now, from mortar and bricks to the online, the virtual world. I got it all right, Dato'? Yeah? Okay, so we shall now open for the floor for question and answers. Probably we can take one or two questions. So I would appreciate if you could kindly state your name and organization or maybe department or school before raising your question. Anyone? Because I made to understand that we have a question from our postgraduate. So yes.
Hi and Assalamualaikum. I'm Zara. I would like to ask, we can see that MARA has provided various support for developing entrepreneurs. From the total entrepreneurs under MARA, there are also entrepreneurs who failed in their business. Can Dato' share common factors that lead to failure? Thank you.
More than 80% business failure, more than 80% is because of they fail to manage their financial properly. That's number one. So pengetahuan dalam pengurusan keuangan ni is very important. Number two, they fail to manage their customer. Itu saja. That's am I answering your question to your question kan? The most, number one, gagal menguruskan keuangan. Number two, gagal menguruskan pelanggan. Termasuklah all simple things that we can see. You go to the restaurant, you sit there for 10 minutes, nobody come and ask. Will you go to that outlet again? No, kan? Simple thing lah. I mean, this is with regard to our experience managing entrepreneurs within MARA's ecosystem lah. Okay. But more than 80% is because of failure to manage their financial properly.
Actually, it's very basic, financial and also the customers. Any more questions? Anyone? Yes. Can you use the mic over there? Yeah.
Can you hear me? Okay, perfect. Okay. Yeah. Hi, my name is Anders, and I'm exchange student from Denmark.
Oh, okay.
Okay. What is your opinion in terms of economic proof business, and does this concept really exist?
Okay, economic proof business ni, sometimes we call it uncyclical, non-cyclical businesses, kan? Non-cyclical businesses. Before the pandemic, education industry was known as one of the non-cyclical business. Education. Because the understanding is, whatever economy situation, people always want to send their children to be educated. So you want your children to go to school. But when COVID-19 came, then we know that sometimes education is not that non-cyclical. When it comes to pandemic, kalau ada masalah pandemic ni, education ni dia dah tak non-cyclical, meaning can be affected in bad situation of the economy lah. Infected. The other one, the non-cyclical business ni, apa? Medical businesses lah, related to medicine. This one, even during the pandemic or even during the economic downturn, economic turmoil, whatnot, so far they manage well. But still, there are certain kind of businesses related to medical ada affected juga lah. Right? We've got feedbacks from our doctors that operating UNI clinics because they are GPs. So their bread and butter is people come with demam, sesama, batuk-batuk. But during the pandemic, these 2 years, kita pakai mask. We are wearing masks. So that helps us not to be infected by viruses. So kita tak demam kan? You perasan tak? Bila kita pakai mask ni, setahun tu kadang-kadang tak demam. So bila tak demam, that's bad news to the doctors. In fact. But then they've got other ways of other source of generating revenue lah. And they do the swab test, you know. But less people demam, less people got fever when you wear a face mask. But other businesses, most of other businesses are all in fact affected by economy up and down. But these two, before known as the non-cyclical business related to education and business related to medicine. Did I answer your question? Thank you.
All right, thank you so much, Dato. Maybe we can have the last question, probably. The last question. Yes? Oh, okay. Please introduce yourself.
Hi, Assalamualaikum. My name is Nur Izzah. My question is, what is the most popular business venture by the younger generation nowadays? What is your opinion on the trend?
Okay, in terms of kind of business that is the most trending lah, bahasa orang sekarang ni, the most trending businesses. Because people now, especially the younger generation, they like to do business online. Yeah, I'm talking ni in Malaysian market. They like to do business online. The most numbers of entrepreneurs yang datang kepada kita came to Mara, seek for funding and some aid lah. They are doing business related to lifestyle. They're selling baju, and then cosmetics for especially for the ladies, most. And they've managed to make lots of money within short period of time. We have seen many. Saya bukan nak suruh you all jual kosmetik lah, tapi because of this soalan tu macam tu,
Right.
because of the question as the most trending, so I'm just giving you the facts lah. But I'm not saying things about sustainability of the business lah. But these entrepreneurs, these young entrepreneurs, they make millions within 3 to 4 years. That's what's happening now lah. Especially selling the serum apa, I pun tak tahu sangat lah.
Serum.
Yeah, you know.
Sekarang pun ada serum untuk lelaki, doktor. Doktor.
Ada USA ni lah.
Ada, tak pakai serum.
Tapi all those things lah. And then the zaman that like the Nilofa selling tudung, so all those is
Right.
dah slowing down lah kan. But all these cosmetic things lah. We've got a number of ex-Mara students from College Mara. Sometimes they are selling a very simple, I don't know, seluar palazzo apa panggil apa?
Palazzo.
Ada. Betul. And then,
Ready to wear.
Ready to wear ni.
Lelaki pun pakai Datuk palazzo.
Ready to wear. Tapi very cheap. 10 ringgit,
Yes,
15 ringgit.
yes.
Because so bila macam tu, orang beli tak heran. Belilah. Beli. Tak nak tengok lebih-lebih. Beli. Oh. So, and then she came to see me masa dia nak start doing business. She came to see me a few times lah. And dia graduate from College Mara kat apa Beratang sebenarnya. Her revenue is like almost 500,000 per month lah.
Wow.
She's just hardly 30 years old.
Or maybe that can be like experience in doing business, like.
But she did fail a few times.
Yeah. Oh, okay.
Oh, macam ni lah, macam Cik Mak cakap. You know, tapi last lah dia try. Now I think the business quite stable, and she always updated me once in every 2-3 months. She's selling lots of this kind of goods and this kind of products, and making like 500,000 per month in terms of revenue lah. But I believe the profit is also handsome lah.
Yeah. Okay.
Alright. So
okay, I think
itulah yang trending sekarang kan.
Yes,
But,
yes.
I bagi tahu tu, that's the fact lah. I'm not suggesting you to do the same business lah.
Alright, thank you. Thank you so much once again Yang Berbahagia Dato Zulfikri for a very informative and insightful session. Ladies and gentlemen, please give a big round of applause to Yang Berbahagia Dato. Okay. So, I think this is the end of the presentation session. Once again, thank you everyone for your attention and participation. I am Sharina Osman signing off. Back to you, Madam MC.
Thank you once again Yang Berbahagia. Thank you once again Yang Berbahagia Datuk Zulfikri and Dr. Sharina Osman for a very informative presentation. Please give a round of applause once again. To commemorate the program, once again, I would like to invite Yang Berbahagia Datuk Zulfikri bin Osman for a photo opportunity with all the distinguished guests and students of UniKL Business School. To Yang Berbahagia Datuk and other distinguished guests, you may remain seated, while for the students, you may move forward or stand behind the distinguished guests for the photo session.